Good morning, Luke. First of all, it's been a pleasure speaking to you over the last few days. So if this is the last time of this final, thanks for all your cooperation. Just want to ask about Suzuki. In your years being here, have you seen him take on more of kind of a vocal persona, both in the room and on the bench, even on a team where you have so many older veterans and experienced guys? How has he grown in maybe that department?
Well, first of all, thanks, Eric. It's been a pleasure of mine, but lots more of the series to come, I'm sure. But, I think to answer your question on Nick, I think, he's a quiet guy, but he's going to be a quiet leader. I'm sure he was a junior. You saw him tear it up there during the playoffs. And you've seen it over the last 2 years just grow every game. And I think it's the confidence level that's showing in his, even in his smile. Like, he's got got that sly smile on the ice. I'm sure it bothers the other team, but it brings confidence to himself. And I think his teammates just showing that, he's just gaining more confidence in his play and in his demeanor. I don't think he's going to be a real loud, vocal, rah-rah guy, but not everybody has to be. I think some leaders are just pure by their play, and I think that's what Nick's going to be. And definitely he's more comfortable talking and speaking on the bench, asking questions with the coaches and discussing plays with his teammates, whether it be before a draw or not. And I'm sure Tyler Toffoli's really helped out in that area this year with him.
Next up, John Luke.
Morning, Luke. Would you describe the difference that you've observed in the club's collective mental resolve between the time that it was down 1-3 to the Leafs and now being down 0-2 to Tampa?
I think we can pull from strength back from those difficult times, whether it be there or our first game in Vegas, that we can kind of compare. And we're going home. And, I know we've been a really good road team, but we've played some really good hockey at home as well, especially to close out a couple series. So, it's nothing new for us. I think we've played better from game one to game two, and we've been striving to do that right from day one in the playoffs, is to get better each game and each period. And I think that you're seeing that again this series, and we're going to continue to see that in game three. I think there's a determination, and you're right. I think we can pull from some confidence from being down in series before and being confident in our style of play and just be a little bit more determined to finish.
Next up, Jonathan Bernier.
Thank you. Good morning, Luke. Mark brought a lot of experience, veteran players during the off season. With the team trailing 2-0 in the final, I guess that those players with a lot of experience are going to be even more important in the dressing room and to make the other players confident that things are not over yet.
Yeah, you're right. I think, those guys that have, especially Stanley Cup winning experience, like Perry, Stahl, and Edmondson, and, right down the list, I think what they bring, and, Toffoli as well, and Jake Allen, I think what they bring is that calmness, that confidence that we know that we played better. It's maturity in the dressing room, in the winning department, and knowing that people have come down from behind. Even Alex Burrows brought some light to, the coaching room last night, just saying, like when he was with Vancouver in the finals, they won the first two games, and you got to be careful you don't get overconfident because they ended up losing that series. So we got to keep that in mind and realize that we take some really good things out of last game and still build off that first game experience where we can get better and better in different areas. And, that little bit more determination. I thought we played a lot harder physically, and the battle level was higher. Now we just got to compete at the same level and push to finish a little bit better. And maybe, score that first goal and play with the lead in this series and see where it takes us.
Next question, Marc-Antoine Godin.
Thank you. Good morning, Luke. I'm thinking of your playing career, probably more specifically when the Oilers managed to beat the Dallas Stars in the playoffs. When you have a team that over an extended period of time has struggled to win against a certain opponent, how difficult is it to overcome that, especially in the playoffs, to be able to put aside the sight of that jersey, not let yourself be pulled down, especially when the other team scores the first goal?
Yeah, I think we've gone through a lot in the playoffs, and playoffs are just a different animal. I think we've talked about it many times, and Mark said it many times through the season that we're built for this time of the year, and I think we've shown that time and time again. So I think we pull from those strengths, and we reflect on some of the experiences that we've learned along the way in the playoffs here, because it is a different type of game, and we are built for it, and we're going to rise to that occasion next game, and take some of the learning lessons and some of the pauses that we've done in the first two games and put them into game three's game plan and be successful.
Next question, Richard Labat.
Yeah, hi, Luke. I want to ask you about their goaltender, and do you find he presents a different set of challenges for your team as opposed to the other goaltenders that you've faced since the beginning of the playoffs?
I find him, just personally, just watching him visually, very similar to Hellebuck. Big guy, stands up a lot, very, very active. And I think when we got to Hellebuck, I think we have a chance to get to Vasilevsky at home. It's going to be our rink. We're going to dictate the play in game three, and I think we got to the net a lot more in game two, and I suspect we'll even add to that in game three. And I don't think I think a lot of our chances were rushed. They're playing very strong, similar to us, and tracking and back pressure and numbers in the slot in front of the net. So we didn't have a lot of second chances. Where maybe that's where we got to get a little harder and a little bear down on our chances and second chances to try and get those rebound goals.
We'll do 3 more questions for Coach. Next up, JF Chamont.
Good morning, Luke. You did a pretty good job behind the bench without Coach Ducharme, but I'm just curious to know, to see that Dom will be back for game 3 for the team. Is it like getting a star player back from the injury list for a game?
Yeah, definitely. We've kept in contact and had some Zoom meetings, but it's not the same. And one more guy on the bench is going to be definitely helpful, especially Dom. He's an intelligent coach and done really well with his team. So, a fresh view and voice back there is to add to what he's seen us do in the first 2 games is going to be a plus for us, and just even more excitement going back home. So we're looking forward to it.
Next question, John Waro.
Yeah, hi, Luke. You were better, but just the few mistakes, the few lapses just came back to bite you. Just how do you balance knowing that you need to play better with a sense of urgency, but not grip your sticks too much, in which you're too worried about playing mistake-free hockey against this team that can capitalize?
Yeah, I thought we managed the puck much better in game 2. Unfortunately, there are 2 very odd, miscues that kind of went in, and those don't happen very often. So I think those are very correctable. And I think overall the way we played is how we're going to have to play, with just a little bit more finish. Like I said, a little determination on that finish in the O-zone. And trying to be creative, kind of like you said, we got to find and manage that time when it's time to be creative, in the areas to be creative that isn't dangerous, that it's going to put us in outnumbered situations against, because that's where they capitalize and they're good at it.
And our last question comes from Nick Katsanika.
Hey, Luke, I know we all expect Dom to be back. I just want to confirm that you're expecting him to walk in the building like normal tomorrow. And then for storytelling purposes, can you quantify how many times a day you spoke to him, how many hours you spent on Zoom, anything like that? Any critical moment where he's speaking virtually to you or the team?
I think different every day. I think things are going well in the Vegas series. So Dom was good. We just talked, and Dom's a straight to the point guy. So and I'm not a real talkative guy on the phone. So we get to the point. We get what we need done, and a few texts here and there, and and just kind of more planning the day, planning the routine. We're kind of on a roll this time of the year. So I think Dom entrusts that, I'm running things the way that he likes, and we keep in contact to make sure the plan is in order with what he would like as well. So, there's no real specific time period a day that we speak or how many times. I think it's been on a need be basis, and in between periods, real quick and short, and that's kind of normal the way we talk and discuss things between periods because things go fast. And I think as far as I know, he'll be back in the building first thing tomorrow with the team and ready to go, just like what he was right before he left.
Thank you for your time, Coach.
Thank you. Merci.